Hey everybody! So today we're going to be doing top 5 best palettes in my collection and the 5 worst palettes in my collection. As you guys know, I love eyeshadows, so eyeshadows easily outnumber any other item in my makeup collection. So I figured I'll do a video because it's fun, right? So without further ado, let's get started. So let's start off on a positive note. So we're going to be doing top 5 best palettes in my collection first. So my absolute favorite palette is the Just Peachy Mattes by Too Faced. And the reason why I love this palette is because it's super easy to work with. You don't really need to be an expert to do this. You can do a variety of looks. It's very versatile. You can either do like an all matte look, or you can like pop a little bit of shimmer from another palette. But this is just a beautiful palette. Like even these colors, like this bright pink and this like berry red, it may look a little bit intimidating in the pan, but it's actually really easy to work with. Like you can apply with a light hand and it looks really pretty. I've never messed up with this palette, and I'm not really a makeup expert, and I think this is a beautiful palette. Like if you're looking for a matte and you like these kind of peachy colors, then I say definitely get it. It's so good. It is 12 colors and it's $45. It is one of the most pricey palettes I have in my collection, but I love it so much that I think it's totally worth the price. And Too Faced do sales all the time on their website, so definitely keep an eye out and you may be able to get this on discount. My second palette that I love very much is the Athena palette by Bad Habit. This palette is gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous. It's a beautiful mixture of shimmers and mattes, and it even has like chunkier sparkle colors as well, which is really nice. This is 18 colors, but it's only $14. I love this because it has such beautiful colors in it. Like I love the color story in it. It's like kind of like rosy with like a little bit of warm tone. Like you get your reds and your oranges here. And you can pull off a variety of different looks from it. And also you can use this to supplement other palettes as well, which I love so much. And it's super cheap, and it shocks me. It really shocks me. Like Bad Habit is so good and I just love them so much. And I always like to take this with me if I'm like traveling or I need to take like one palette. This will be it. And I have so much fun playing with it. So if you like this color story and you like pigmented shadows, then this is definitely for you. And also if you don't want to spend like a huge amount of money, this is great. My next favorite is the Colourpop Zodiac palette in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I love Kathleen. I watch all of her videos. I think she's a very well-grounded beauty guru, and all of the things that she come out with are gorgeous. So I love this palette. First of all, I love horoscopes. I love zodiacs. I'm a Gemini and I take it real seriously. But aside from that, I love the color story in this because this is just on point for every single zodiac sign. And also like you think like these colors won't really work together, but they totally do, which is great. And sometimes I feel like a lot of palettes kind of fall into this trap where it's like a bunch of naturals and then like one blue, or like a bunch of naturals and like one green or something. So like that's all well and good, except like people who want more color kind of want more range instead of just browns and then like one single blue. So this palette does more than that. Obviously they have a couple of blues, a couple of purples, they have a bright orange, which is great. I've created a variety of looks with it, and I think you can use this for a variety of different occasions, and I just love this. This is super versatile, super fun to play with because you can kind of pull like side stories from this main color story, and I think that's just so much fun to play with, which is so good. Also, Kathleen Light shadows are just better quality for some reason compared to the other Colourpop shadows. Like Colourpop shadows are generally really good already, but the Kathleen Lights one are like extra good. I don't know what it is, but I love this so much. Also the packaging is super cute. Love it. And I totally forgot to bring up is that the Zodiac palette is also 12 colors, but it's $18. Next, another Colourpop Kathleen collaboration. It's called Dream Street. I love this palette because I love the color story. Like, this is literally one of my favorite color stories ever. I love the color story because it's very warm. It has very warm browns, which are beautiful. But she also puts in pops of green, which I love so much. Like, I love greens, and I also love warm colors. So this is right up my alley, and also looks amazing on you. And these shadows are just so pigmented and so easy to work with, and I love it so much. If you love this color story and you want a nice pigmented shadow, then this is so good. It is 12 colors and it is only $16. So definitely jump on it. Like, you got nothing to lose here. The last palette that I want to bring up that I love very, very much is BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Not a lot of people talk about this anymore, but I still love it. It's 35 colors, which is a lot of colors. And they're focused on like color. So it's like rainbow colors for the most part. And then they have 2 whites and then 1 black in the middle, so you can lighten and darken the shade when you're kind of working with the eyeshadows, which is really amazing. I find that to be incredible. So the reason why I love this is that if you love color and you love experimenting with different things, then this palette is for you. It's very, very pigmented, very easy to work with. And the colors are good. There's a good color selection, and you can play with it all the time. Love it. I love this so much. And I also like the fact that they did add the white and the black, so you can kind of lighten and darken if they don't have the shade you're looking for, which is amazing. Also, it's super affordable. It's 35 colors and it's only $18. $18 for this. And it's so nice. I love it so much. I just think this is so fun. This is so fun, and it has never failed me. The colors are beautiful. Just amazing. I love it. Now for the ones that I don't like so much. I will say this. I constantly clean out my eyeshadow palette collection because I feel like if eyeshadow palettes are just sitting there, it's wasteful. So I usually like sell it or give it away. So the palettes that I really don't like are not in this collection anymore. Most of them are either like, I'm not super impressed by them, or like, they're okay, but they could be better. So that's a disclaimer. I feel like hate is a strong word. Like, I don't really hate any of these palettes. I just think they could be better. They could be better. So I'm going to start from least worst to the worst. The one that I hate. I just say I don't hate it. The one that I dislike the most. So the first one is the Maybelline The Blushing Nude palette. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So the first thing that I don't really like about it is that it's not very pigmented. So if you're looking for kind of a dramatic, visible eyeshadow, this is not for you. I will give it credit though. I used to use this a lot because I was kind of more into like a natural eye, like very soft eye, and this does wonderfully with that. And you can tell that I do use it. I did use it quite a lot back then, but this has just fallen out of style, I think, and there are just better palettes out there for less. So I just don't reach for this anymore, and it's too old to like be given away, and it looks terrible because I like cracked this one here, and it looks terrible. So I don't know what to do with it. I might just toss it because it's just not sanitary anymore for anyone else to use it. Maybelline, this one is 12 colors and the price is $10, which is not super expensive, but I feel like you could probably get it for like, you can probably get another palette that's around the same price that's significantly better than this. So I don't know. I just don't like this anymore. Maybe I should give it another chance, but like as of right now, I just like don't like it. Next, it breaks my heart to talk about this because I do love Juvia's Place so much. Like I love Juvia's Place. And in general, their products are phenomenal. and I know a lot of people like this palette, and I'm so sorry. This is the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. It's a nude palette. I don't like this. I don't hate it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it per se, but like the color story, like when it's on my eyes, it looks dirty, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's dirty. Like, I tried this a couple of times, put it on my eyes, and I'm never happy with how it turns out, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's my skin tone, maybe it's my face, maybe I'm just not used to these kinds of colors. I'm not sure. Maybe there's like too many dark colors. I have no idea. But it just doesn't look good on my eyes. It looks dirty, it looks muddy, and I just like don't feel good in it whenever I put it on, which is kind of sad. And also another thing that I would like to note is that these eyeshadow quality in the Nubian palette is somehow not as good as their other eyeshadow palettes, and I'm not sure why that is. It could be because this palette is like their first one, so the quality is probably not as good as their later palettes, but it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of to me. I feel like it's okay, but it's not great. You know what I'm saying? It's not great. So unfortunately, they made the list. The next one is this Makeup Revolution palette. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to tell you guys the price. This is $20, and there's 12 shadows. Which isn't expensive, but, you know, you could get nice, I don't know, like, I have palettes that I like more that are $20 than the Juvia's one. Next is this Makeup Revolution palette. It's called New Trials versus Neutral. I also feel bad about this one because I used to really love this palette. I used to like wear this every day. I feel so good in it. I just feel like it's out of style now because these colors they're nice, but they're not as good as it could be. Like, there are other palettes that are better at it than this one. Like these warm colors, like you could easily get a Yes Please palette and it will work great. And I don't know, I just don't think it's as good anymore. I don't like it. I don't reach for it anymore. And this one is 16 shadows for $15, which again is not super expensive, but I feel like for $15 you can probably get yourself a nice Colourpop eyeshadow palette that will work with you, and this, pass on this. Next, Too Faced White Peach palette. I know a lot of people talk shit, and I feel like I'm part of it too. I got this very recently, okay? I got this very recently. I really wanted to give it a chance because I'm like, this, I don't know, like, I feel like with Too Faced, I always want to give it a chance because I like Too Faced a lot. But it's not worth your money. The palette is kind of I think I tried it twice, and the looks that come out are just kind of like, you know, like, unlike the Peachy mattes, which are pigmented and amazing and smooth and buttery and easy to work with, White Peach just doesn't do that. Like, this is amazing. This, not so much. White Peach is just meh, you know? Like, when I used it, I just don't feel like it's an expensive palette, even though it is. And that's just sad. That's just sad, y'all. I did buy this on sale for half price, so I don't feel super bad about it, but like, consider this palette is $45, like, regularly. It's not worth your money. Pass this, go buy the Peachy mattes, go buy something else, you know, go buy yourself Chipotle or something, because this is not worth it. It's not worth it. And last but not least, my least favorite palette in my entire collection, Morphe. The name of this is called Fall Into Frost 35F. I don't like this palette at all. And it's so sad because when you look at these colors, you're like, well, they're pretty. You know, there are certain colors that you're like, yeah, they can be pretty, like this gold up here, or like, I don't know, this one down here, or like this one. I don't know, like, each individual shadows, you look at them, you swatch them, you're like, wow, it's so beautiful. And that is why I bought it, is that it came to Ulta, and then I started swatching them. I was like, this is so beautiful, I'm gonna get them. And I take it home, and I tried to do looks with them, and it's just, I don't know, I just don't like it at all. I think it's because of the color selection. Like, these colors are just too dark or too muddy or something. And also there's not enough mattes. Like, only this row is mattes, which is not enough mattes. So when it's on my eye, it just looks muddy. And another problem I have with this, and this is just general Morphe, is that this thing, first of all, is huge. I don't need this that's this big. There's no reason for me to have this. Like, this doesn't even fit on my bathroom counter. My bathroom counter is real small and doesn't fit this. Second, when you open this, it's incredibly difficult to open. Like, in fact, the first time I tried to open it, I like dig my nail into one of the shadows. And that's just sad. That's just sad. I don't want to buy a palette, come home, and then dig my nails into one of the shadow immediately. That's just sad. The colors aren't great. Another thing, and this is for all Morphe stuff too, is that they have no color names. Like, there's no names on the back of the palette. It's just, here's these colors, deal with it. And sometimes their colors are close enough together in shades that you don't even remember which one you dip your brush into. And it's not even just like a me problem. Like, I may be kind of stupid sometimes, but my roommate, who also uses Morphe palettes, she's like, these palettes are great, but like sometimes I forget which color I went into earlier. So it's not just me. It's not just me. And I just feel like that is such a pain in the ass. Like, you can't put like a number or a name or something next to it so I know exactly like which one I dipped into, and maybe not put like similar colors next to each other. That's also helpful. I don't know. Like, does anyone else have this problem? I don't know. So like, this is probably my least favorite, and I constantly forget about this palette in my collection because I just don't like it. I never reach for it. I never talk about it. I just don't like this palette. I just don't like it. I tried it like 2 times, maybe 3 times, and then I gave up. I was like, you know what? Screw this. It doesn't work. So this is my least favorite palette. So that's it for today, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the new setup, by the way, because I put a light box right there and it is really improving. It's great. Also, I forgot to mention, this one that I don't like very much is $24. So, I don't know. Even for $24, it's kind of a waste. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!